I am considering painting this for one of our classes, and so I wanted to see how well it translated onto a rectangle gesso board. So this is a board which is like an MDF board with a factory applied gesso on top that makes it super smooth. I do painting on it. It takes a little getting used to because it feels slippery, but it just produces some really beautiful work, I think. And so I think this floral would be very nice on it. And so I printed out the photo, the cropped photo of what I thought I wanted to paint. But if I just fold it in half and find the center and try to put it on here, I'm not sure that's going to translate proportionately. So here's what I do when I want to figure that out. So what you need is pencil, paper, ruler, and calculator. So I start by putting the size of the canvas, because that is a given. My canvas is 11 by 14, so I put that in as a fraction, and that's not going to change. That's the only thing that's going to change here. I want to know what I need to change is the size of my reference photo. So then I measure my reference photo, and my reference photo is 8 1/4 by 8 1/2. I put that in as a fraction as well, right? And then I figure out which side, which number do I want to keep. Am I willing to make this thinner to fit on here, or I'm willing to make it shorter going this way? And so if I made it thinner, I'd have to cut off one of the flowers, which might not be the worst thing in the world. It might fill the page more completely. And I like this flower, I think, a little bit more than this one. So these are all things to consider. Let's do this maybe two ways. First, let's consider that, okay, no, I don't want to reduce the width at all. So this is going to be my number that I'm not going to change. This is going to be the number that I need to change. All right, as long as I've got that, then I go to my calculator and I divide 11 by 8.25, and I get 1.33. So that's my multiplier. I put that here in the middle because 1.33 times 8.25 equals 11. So that becomes my multiplier, or in this case, my divider for the bottom number as well. So then what I do is I take 14 and divide it by 1.33 to find out what I need here, and that is 10 inches, 10.5 inches. Okay, so this is going to be 8 1/4, yes, by. Now I have to add some space here. Do I want to add space at the bottom? Do I want to add space at the top? So let's just put in an imaginary line at where this would have to be, right? So I would have to just include more table space down here to get to this line and up here on the top. And so if this is a case that happens to me and I want to go with this dimension, I will actually cut this exactly to the size so I don't mess up. And sometimes I've even had to tape extra paper on the bottom because I want to get it right, okay? All right, so let's do scenario number 2 now, where I'm saying, okay, I am willing to cut off this side. Let's go with that bottom number. All right, so let's set it up again. We have an 11 by 14 canvas size, and then we have 8 1.25. Now, in this scenario, my 8.5 is going to be the unchangeable number. So then I am going to divide 14 divided by 8.5, and my divider now is 1.64. So that is 8.5 times 1.64 equals 14. So then up here, I want to get a new figure there. I divide 11 divided by 1.64 becomes my new figure that I have to reduce my reference photo to. So let's see, 11 divided by 1.4 equals, no, that's not right. 11 divided by 1.64. Aha, okay, so now I know this has to be 6.7 inches. So let's see what that would be. I think that would be right about there. And this can be, it doesn't have to be down to the 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch, but so it's, what I'm finding out is that it's just to the edge of this flower, which is perfect for me because I love when the flowers go off the page, and I think I'm leaning towards this way so that I don't have to add too much at the top and the bottom. It really fills the page and it feels good. If you have any questions, please let me know, but here is an easy way to figure out if your canvas is going to match your photo reference and what to do if it doesn't.